Hello, everyone. My name is Seth Avila, and this is my industry research presentation for my typography class. Today, I will be showing you three typeface designers that I've chosen to discuss with you. So let's go ahead and get started. The first designer I will be talking to you about is by the name of John Baskerville. John Baskerville was an English businessman and type designer. He became an appointed printer at the University of Cambridge in 1761. Then, 2 years later, in 1763, he printed a splendid folio Bible, which is considered to be his masterpiece, like his best work that he accomplished within the span of his career and lifetime. The quality of his print came from his use of highly glossed paper and his own his black ink that he himself actually invented for his work. Now I'm going to show you some of Baskerville's work. So as we see right here, we have his font that I believe is named after him. He has a lot of like serif fonts. Then over here we have that folio Bible that I told you about earlier. He designed it with his fonts also. And then over here we have a book on the Italian philosopher Quintus Horatius Flaccus, or in simplest terms, it's just called Horace. So it's John Baskerville. Now I will be going on to the next designer I will be talking to you about, and that is Paul Renner. Paul Renner was an eminent 20th century German graphic designer. Renner had studied art at many different academies, such as the Printing Trade School in Munich and at the Master School for Germany's Printers. His most notable works include, and I'm going to pronounce these German titles badly, Die Kunst der Typografie, or in English, The Art of Typography, and Typography als Kunst, or in English, Typography as Art. These works set the guideline for sophisticated book design. So if anyone has ever designed a book cover, certain guidelines that they meet, he was the one who came up with them. And now I'm going to show you some of Paul Renner's work. So like Baskerville, he also designed his own font, as you see right here. He calls it Futura. And then I'll hear some of his books. The first one we have is the one I mentioned earlier, The Art of Typography. And then this one, which I don't know what translates to, Manchercy Graphique. I definitely pronounced that wrong. But yeah, that's Paul Renner. Next, we're going to move on to Oz Cooper. Oz Cooper was an American type and graphic designer who left high school at 17 and eventually studied illustration at Frank Holmes School of Illustration. He and his colleague Fred S. Birch formed a design firm called Birch and Cooper in 1904. Then 20 years later, in 1924, they had employed more than 50 people in the Midwest. Some of the fonts that Cooper had designed include Bow Mitch, Cooper Black, and Cooper Black BT. Now I will show you some of those fonts as we have right here. So as right here you can see we have Bow Mitch, then Cooper Black, and then lastly Cooper Black BT. There's a lot of Cooper Blacks. I'm not sure what the difference is between them all. And yeah, that's the end of it. It's my industry research presentation for typography. Look forward to looking at all your responses. Any tips you might have for me, any criticism. I'm willing to look forward to it. And yeah, that's about it.